Hey, Leroy, welcome.
Yeah. Roy Hubbard, Big Cali.
That's what I'm talking about. Welcome to the call.
Angel Trent, Houston, Texas.
Welcome to the call, Angel.
Delvon
Jeremy
Hardaway,
Dennis.
California.
Hey, welcome to the call, guys. As y'all can see, these lines are packing out fast. Make sure y'all continue to send text messages to your team.
Arizona, Brooklyn, New York.
Welcome to the call.
Hi.
Go ahead and
Hi.
continue to send text messages out to your team members right away. Any prospects that you guys have that you've already mentioned, water to them, go ahead and call them as well. Let them know we're live. Give them the Zoom link immediately. Have them jump on. Also, make sure that you jump into the Facebook, guys, at the same time and start tagging your team members and your prospects in that as well, because we want to make sure that they are exposed multiple ways and that they know that if they miss it for any reason, they may be at work or something, or in a position where they can't jump on, at least they can go back to the Facebook group and watch the training live again. It'll re-air. It's 24 hours on demand. So as you're coming, if you haven't done so already, go ahead and state your name and where you're calling from.
Hey, I'm going to shut off my video and audio. It's Chris Larkin in Brooklyn. I'm about to head to Ann Arbor. Opener for Michigan. Go Wolverines. Happy to be here.
Enjoy.
Hey, Shireen, Harlem, New York City.
Serene, welcome to the call.
Thank you.
Trinidad. It's good seeing you coming in from Trinidad to the event this weekend.
Yeah, you're welcome. I'm heading back home tomorrow.
So I'm glad you came. We enjoyed
Thank you. I'm glad I came as well.
All right. Who else do we have? Let us know what your name is and where you're calling in from.
Can I pick him up? Daniel Garcia, Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Hey, welcome, Daniel. And guys, after you announce yourself, go ahead and put yourself back on mute so we can make sure we have a clear, concise call. And for those of you who haven't done so already, go ahead and state your name and where you're calling from.
Tanya from Boston.
Hey, Tanya, welcome to the call.
Hold on.
Arlene, Maryland.
Dr. Arlene, welcome to the call.
Hershey's.
Hershey's, welcome to the call.
And I'm in DC.
DC representing.
Jeremy Dennis.
From NorCal.
Jeremy Dennis, St. Louis, welcome to the call.
Tracy Wells, Vancouver, Washington.
Hey, Tracy, welcome to the call. Vancouver is in the building.
Jessica from Downey.
Hey, Jessica, welcome to the call. Jessica.
Hello.
Maria.
Yes.
Hey.
Hi, Sam.
Good to see you, darling. Good to see you.
Kathy and Torres from Long Island, New York.
Hey, welcome to the call. And by the way,
Thank you.
if y'all like Gran Turismo, Jessica is the best driver in California. And she got me from one airport to the other one in less than 30 minutes. She cold-blooded in traffic. So she bad. Who else do we have? Go ahead and state your name, where you're calling from. I see a Mrs. Pacheco sighting. Welcome to the call, Miss Pacheco.
Tony Denver.
That's what I'm talking about. Fight for it. Let's do this again.
George. Maryland.
Got Maryland in the house.
Good morning. Good morning.
California.
Tony Denner, welcome to the call. There we go.
Yeah, Johnny Montes, Wine Garden, SoCal, baby.
Mr. Montes, welcome to the call. Bienvenidos.
What's up, everyone? It's Calvin from California.
Hey, Calvin, welcome to the call.
Good morning, Julio Aquino, Dominican Republic. Hope everyone is having an amazing day.
Julio, the heavy hitter, welcome to the call.
Thank you, Mr. Bean.
Mark Stewart from Cali, Los
Hey,
Angeles to be exact.
That's what I'm talking about. LA is in the building. Welcome to the call, Mark.
Thank you.
JC Rangel, Downey, California.
Mr. Rangel, welcome to the call. Partner,
Excel, Boston.
Boston is in the building.
Laura Johnson, South Carolina.
Hey, Laura, welcome to the call. Keith, welcome to the call.
Victor Flores, New Mexico, in the house.
Victor, welcome to the call.
David Small, North Carolina.
Hey, David, welcome to the call.
Charles Gallego, SoCal.
Hey, Charles, welcome to the call.
Wences Navarro from Rome, Italy.
Welcome to the call.
Yo, Will Pineda, Azusa.
Hey, that was the Bank of Winston's, guys. That was the CEO. All right, who else do we have?
Julie from Houston.
Julie, welcome to the call. Jabari
This is Ava Harper from Texas.
Ava, welcome to the call. This may be one of the most anticipated calls of the year.
Let's go.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's right.
He's from Lakewood.
Hey, well, Lakewood is in the building. Welcome.
Build-A-Bear from Wakanda.
Best
Yes, Wakanda.
Mr. Pacheco, welcome to the call.
Wakanda's the next call.
I ain't never seen a Build-A-Bear in Wakanda, man. That's the cutest thing. That's too violent out there for a Build-A-Bear, man.
That is cute.
Let's see.
That's
here.
a tough Build-A-Bear.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
That's cute.
All right, guys. All right, so JC, who's kicking it off so I can go ahead and tee it up?
We're going to actually have Mr. Navarro kick it off today. Mr. Navarro, are you there, sir?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Loud and clear.
All right. So I am waiting for our guest speaker here. He's getting on.
He's in here.
He's in here. All right,
He's
perfect.
in, and he's a co-host now too.
All right, perfect. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Man, let me see. Yeah, this is a
Great
very
morning, Kim
anticipated
Bean,
call.
Houston, Texas.
Morning.
Hey, Kim.
Go
All
make eye
right,
contact.
so
Recording in progress.
let's get this started. This is highly anticipated, and it was on short notice too.
Yeah, very short notice.
Mr. Navarro, I'm
So-
gonna mute everybody, and
Yes.
then we'll unmute. Make sure that you get unmuted. 1 second.
Sounds good.
There you go. Just unmute yourself, and you're good to go.
All right. Good morning. Can you hear me?
Yes, we
Awesome.
can.
All right.
Yeah.
So let's do this. I think we have everybody on here now. I'll do a quick recap of how we ended up here. And I apologize about the noise here. I'm not in Italy. I'm in Las Vegas here at the Caesar's Palace with my newest recruit here behind me. So about 2.5 months ago, we started talking about, bringing in an additional product to the product line. And, we had already talked about the water filtration. It just makes sense, right? We're selling things to the homeowner, and it's such an easy sale. When I first saw the presentation and I saw what's in our water, it's one of those things where once you see it, you can't unsee it, right? You can't unsee it. Once you see what's in your water, there's third-party documentation that you can look it up and the prospect can look up on their own. I still don't have my system because we were waiting to find the right manufacturer, the right company to partner with. So I still don't have mine. I'm going to get mine this week because every time I go, drink some water, I'm not a water snob like you heard me say before, but I am now, right? I'm aware. Once you're aware, I couldn't unsee it. So easy. I think it's an easy sale, something that everybody should have. And today we're going to get more into the details. Some of you who were at the event heard from Mr. Freddie Vidal, who is the owner of the manufacturing company that we are going to be partnering up with. So let me, I've been getting some questions about the relationships between the companies. So that's probably a good place to start. So what we're doing is we're partnering up with a manufacturing company that's here based in the US out of Valencia, California. If I'm not mistaken, it's the only manufacturing company out of the US left here. So most of them are overseas, but they've been around for a really, really long time. You're going to hear more about the history from somebody who's been working with the manufacturer for over 2 decades. And what really, really impressed me about their facility is that they do everything in-house, right? So sometimes you hear made in the USA, but most of the parts are coming from overseas, and it's really assembled in the USA. This is not assembled in the USA. This is actually made in the USA. Every component of these units are assembled, are manufactured in the US. So you're going to hear a lot more details right now. I'm going to introduce here someone who is actually the individual who, there's two people, Mr. Carl Kuhn, who's a builder with our company, and Mr. Ovi Alvarez, who has been working with the owner for a really, really long time. I believe over 2 decades, maybe even 3. But he has a ton of experience in the water business. I know I'm going to have to cut him off at some point because this gentleman can talk about water forever. He knows a lot about the water filtration business. He's been on the field selling, and he's also been a manufacturer himself. He's been very helpful in the process because he's been able to clear up a lot of questions that we have. And he's going to talk about the units, the filtration units that we're going to be marketing and selling. So let me clear up the relationship between the companies go like this. QMP is the manufacturing company. So QMP, they're out of Valencia, and they have a retail arm called Alka Vida, ALKVIDA. So that is their retail. So they manufacture that product. They've had that brand I first heard about it over a decade ago. And we are going to be marketing the Alka Vida brand for now. So we are going to be marketing the 2 of their products, 3 of their products that you're going to hear about today. So REIN H2O is our division, it's Build Networks division for the water. Okay, so that is our DBA. The same way that we market Encore Solar and we don't send the clients any information about Build Network, it's the same concept here, right? So we don't want our potential clients to end up on Build Network and have to read about opportunity and all the other stuff. So we send them to Encore Solar. Same thing here. So REIN H2O is our water division, our customer-facing water division and website. It'll have its own standalone website, its own standalone replicated pages, so that if you have a customer, you don't send them to Build Network, you send them to REIN H2O. And REIN, R-E-I-N, means pure in German. Why German? Because go try to find a domain that's not taken nowadays. So you got to get creative. And it sounds cool, right? Rain, water, it sounds cool. So without further ado here, let's get started. We are going to do a Q&A at the end. So just write down your questions and hold them till the end. But I have Mr. Ovi Alvarez here. Are you there, Ovi? You gotta unmute yourself.
Yeah. Good morning.
All right, awesome.
Thank you. I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. We can hear you loud and clear.
I'm excited. It's been a long time. I've been doing filtration for 27 years. Like Gwen said, I started in sales. I did installs. I've done service. I've done manufacturing. I actually had my own company. We used to manufacture systems, and I've known Freddie for about 31 years. QMP is like Gwen said, QMP is the manufacturer of many products. They even make fittings and adapters and faucets that you see at Home Depot, Lowe's. And Alka Vida is their retail systems. And we have the best alkaline systems on the market. I started working with contractors, plumbers, and different companies that have a client base. My job with them was to help them with the sale and help them with the clients, because clients always have a ton of questions. Currently with Alka Vida, and for the last, I gotta say, because I stepped away from my business for personal reasons, and I started working with Freddie about 12, 13 years ago. And again, same scenario. My job here is to go out and bring new accounts, help those contractors, help those businesses with their clients to finalize sales and to answer any questions and explain the difference between all the products. And now, meeting Winston, meeting JC, Carl brings us in. I'm excited because once asked me if I could do the same thing for Build Network, for rainwater, and my future here, and I hope that I fulfill everybody's needs, and anything you guys need, I'm here for you. My job with you guys is going to be the same thing. I'm going to help you guys. I'm going to train. I'm going to help you guys close your deals and answer whatever questions come up and your clients have. Let me see if I can share this with you guys. Bear with me. I don't do a lot of Zooms or meetings. I'm more of a out in the field kind of person. I'm going to share my screen with you guys. Share screen. If I'm doing something wrong, why don't you just let me know?
No, you're good. We could see your screen there. There you go.
Can you? All right, perfect.
Yes, sir.
All right, so you guys did an amazing job. We just started putting this together just recently, correct?
Less than 2 weeks ago. Actually, let me say this. This is not the final logo. We should be getting the final logo sometime today, for sure before Monday. So, but it'll look similar to this.
Yeah, but it looks amazing. I mean, you guys have been running, and I mean, from the event on Saturday, you guys invited me to. I mean, it was amazing. It was really good to see the group dynamic. I mean, you guys are amazing. You guys brought it. Everybody was on point. Everyone was excited. It seems like you guys are a big family. And from what you told me, I believe you said there was only a quarter of your team there at the event. And it was really, you guys very welcoming, very warm. Everyone I talked to, they were amazing. And to see what you guys are doing with solar and alarms, I mean, with water, you guys are going to hit it out of the park. Because myself, I started in water because someone introduced me to it. And when I saw what they were talking about and what they did, I thought, wow, water is an amazing business. Water is something that everyone needs, everywhere. Anywhere you go, any state, any city, any country, what's the thing that most people use? Water. So that's really how I got involved into the water business. So let me move on with this right here. So Build Network. I love the fact that you said what you said right now. You said that you want your clients to go to the REIN H2O website, not the Build Network website, which is amazing because in most businesses that I ran into, and whenever people pitch something, what do they pitch? The business side. And believe me, I believe that 95% of my clients are end users. A lot of them don't become, like the plumbers, the contractors, they want to sell the product, but 95% of the customers are all end users. And to hear that and to see that you guys are more focused into the client and the product versus going into, let me make everybody a dealer to sell this product is amazing. And that's what I think makes you guys, it's going to make you guys successful. And that's why you guys are so successful, because you can separate the two. So let me see if I can show you guys here. So about the company, I mean, once you already talked about the company, we are in Valencia, California. We've been here for 30 years doing the Alcavida product, and more than 30 years with the QMP side, which is the private label and the manufacturing of faucets and fittings and stuff for companies all over the world. And that's what really makes QMP and Alcavida unique, because we deal with so many different companies in so many different countries. We have to stay up to date with everything that's going on in the water industry. So we bring the newest technology to the business, because we're dealing with people from different places. So we're dealing with different contaminants, and we're dealing with city water. It was tap water, water from private wells or city wells. So it really keeps us on top of everything that's going on and the changes that are coming. So it's really challenging, but it's exciting because we have stuff for just about anyone. Contaminants in the water, I mean, we all know. Everyone knows that there's contaminants in the water. We know for sure there's chlorine, chloramine, lead. I mean, cyst is a bacteria. The water smells horrible. Restaurants give you tap water. In most restaurants, believe me, I do a lot of assistance for restaurants, and I walk into a lot of restaurants, even high-end restaurants, that you see they're using tap water. They just put ice in the water so it tastes better. And typically, water with ice, water that's cold, tastes good. As soon as the ice melts, or if you got room temperature water from the restaurant, you would never drink it because of the smell and it's horrible. There's so many articles that come up every day. It comes up in the news all the time talking about how water's getting worse. So you can see here we have a couple of articles that talk about the drinking water in California, the problem with arsenic, the problem with chlorine, chloramine. Now they're adding ammonia to tap water for disinfecting. So it's a big issue, and it's not getting better. It's only going to get worse. I mean, we talk about, for example, here in the slide, where your water comes from. Most people don't know where the water comes from. Let's just say it's tap water or bottled water. That's it, or spring water, right? So, tap water comes from rivers, it comes from ponds, it comes from wells. Sometimes they mix them all. The biggest problem that I see coming right now is, I'm not sure if anyone's heard, they are talking about reclaiming water. So reclaiming water is taking your sewer water, filtering it, and pumping it back to us through the city pipes. Don't get me wrong. A lot of people tell me, the water companies do an incredible job, like they are regulated and where the water is safe. Well, let's say, for example, that they did do an incredible job and they treated our water, and we're lucky because we have good running water. There's countries and there's places where the water is horrible. So we are lucky. We have good water. We open the faucet, water comes out. Sometimes it smells like chlorine, sometimes it's cloudy, but we have good water. The biggest problem is that they treat the water. They have to add chemicals. They have to have chlorine. Now they're adding ammonia just to keep the water from bacteria growing or to kill bacteria that's in the water. But forget all that. Let's say the water is good. It runs through miles and miles and miles of pipes in the city. They are very old, so it picks up other contaminants from those old pipes. I mean, I go to some homes that the filters that they have, the sediment filter, to catch anything loose in the water, like rocks, dirt, rust. Man, 2-3 months after the filter's in place, that filter needs to be replaced because all the rust and everything goes through it. So, water source is important, but knowing the stuff that's in your water and the stuff that picks up on the way to your house is more important. Chlorine. Chlorine is something that, every pool has chlorine. Well, nowadays, a lot of people are changing to salt-based pools for the reason that chlorine is very harmful. We're lucky we have chlorine in the water because it keeps bacteria from growing and it keeps us kind of safe. Sometimes, like not recently, just not too long ago in Baker City on the way to Vegas, they had a boil alert. When they have a boil alert, that means they have some kind of bacteria in the water. And the chlorine that's in the water is not enough to kill the bacteria. So you have to boil your water before you use it. And what they do is they add more contaminants to the water to get rid of this bug, and it ends up in our house if you don't have a filter. So we know the chlorine is important to be in your water, but long-term exposure to chlorine is very harmful. It's a chemical. It kills organisms. So eventually, when you're in contact with this chlorine that's supposed to make our water safe, it's going to make us sick. And I'm not going to name the issues, the causes, because I don't want to use the C word and I don't want to go into making claims. So there's a lot of books and there's a lot of documentation out there. that shows the harmful problems from chlorine. I mean, I'll tell you this much. I just did a job in Santa Clarita for a lady. Her daughter has asthma. She moved from a house that had a system to the new place where they didn't have a water system. Her daughter started having more asthma attacks. Why? Because chlorine is bad for people that have asthma. Chlorine is bad for people that have eczema. Chlorine is bad for your scalp. It's bad for your hair. I mean, you name it. There's so many other things that chlorine is harmful, which we don't. That's why we don't want it in the water. So the fact is that chlorine is in the water. It's necessary, but long-term exposure is bad for you. Now they added the ammonia for disinfecting because the chlorine is so bad, but we don't really know what having ammonia in our water is going to cause. I mean, I'm sure it's not good. I don't want it in my water. I make sure my system is treating everything. Let me show you. Winston, is this okay if I do a little quick presentation live here for chlorine, so they get an idea of how bad it really is?
Yes, can you come to my house? You could do it in my house.
Yeah. Hey,
I'm ready to order my system.
House. All right, so check this out. So basically, this is what it looks like. So chlorinated water, and this is rainwater, right? So I have two containers here. Let me see, make sure you guys can see them. And one has filtered water, and the other one has just
Obi, maybe stop sharing your screen, Obi. That way people can see it better. Yep.
Oops, sorry about that. Hey, bear with me, guys. This is not my thing. All right, let's go. Let's stop sharing.
It's okay. You have us at the edge of our seats.
Thank you. All right, is that good? Did I do it?
Yes.
Can you get? All right, perfect. I see it. Thank you. All right, I'll get the hang of these, guys. All right, so here we have the filtered water, and here we have the tap water. And you know, when I first was introduced to water, this is the first thing they showed me, and I'm talking 27 plus years ago. You know, and it blows my mind that today the problem has gotten worse. So this is just regular O2O drops. Like if you had a pool, you use this to check the chlorine in your water. And anybody that has a pool, anybody that goes to a pool, knows, or at least the owner of that pool knows that after people came to your house to go swimming, when they leave, there's no more chlorine in the water. I do 10 drops because it's a lot of water. Typically, you do about 3 or 4 drops. So this is the filtered water, and right here we have the unfiltered water. Let me see if I can find something with a white background so you guys can see it. Oh, you can see it. You guys can see that. You guys can see that clearly, right?
Even without that.
This is what you want. This here is what most people have. You know, it's crazy because a lot of people get a water system, and that's why when the product you guys see, why we have something for your shower, the shower filter, the drinking water system, because even if you have a drinking water system, you're taking care of your drinking, cooking water, coffee, tea, whatever you use it for, but you shower in chlorinated water, chlorine, chloramine, lead, you name it. You brush your teeth in chlorine. And I mean, it's another test, and maybe live one of the events will do it, and it'll blow your mind. But I want to show you guys something else. You see this chlorine here? Scary part. People buy bottled water for drinking, but they use tap water, unfiltered tap water for washing the fruits and vegetables, cooking, coffee. Because I mean, if you did water bottles for everything, it would be very expensive. Let me show you guys. I have a potato here, all right? And I'm not gonna cook it, but I'm gonna show you. I have a potato. I wanted to cut it in front of you so you saw there's no gimmicks. There's no, I mean, this thing just blows my mind. And today, fast forward 20 something years, I still get excited. I still love to show people this, because if you know better, you do better, right? So here's a potato, and I'm gonna put it in here. Whoops, I got some potatoes there. And this is what people do with their fruits and veg. If you're gonna cook pasta, if you're gonna cook rice, if you got that box of strawberries, what do? You go to the tap water and you clean it. So here's this yellow water, right? Imagine I'm rinsing my potatoes, my strawberries, my rice with it. As you can see, can you guys see what happened there?
Wow.
The water is clear. So we're not really washing the fruits and vegetables. We are cleaning the water. So anything that you clean with tap water,
wow,
it's going to absorb whatever is in the water. It could the chlorine, the lead, you name it. We are contaminating our food, and we're contaminating our body. Taking a shower is even worse because you shower what? In hot water. So man, you guys know we go to the barber shop and you get, what do they do? They put a hot towel on your face, right? You put a hot towel because it opens your pores. You take a shower in hot water, it opens your pores. You absorb more chlorine, more of the contaminants in the water. So having a water system is not a luxury. It's a necessity. Everybody needs a drinking water system and a whole house water system. Let me share my screen again so I can show you guys. Let's see. Where do I go? Let me share so I can show you guys the systems. Share screen.
I told you guys you can't unsee it.
Oh man, you cannot. Once you see this, I mean, that's what happened to me when I first saw it. I was like, oh, that's it. I can't do that. And then you guys see what soda, which is acidic, and all this stuff causes too. I stopped drinking soda. Look, I'm originally Cuban, and rum and coke, Cuba Libre, it was like my drink, and then mojitos. But man, if you see how bad soda is worse than beer. Like I show people sometimes a test with pH drops, and I show them the difference between like clear vodka or tequila versus water or anything else. I mean, those things are better than soda. Soda is like the worst thing you can drink. And hopefully in the near future we can do like a pH presentation so you guys can see how bad bottled water and a lot of these beverages that our kids are drinking are. The products, I mean, we have many products. We are going to launch the Alka 75, which is our flagship machine. Freddie, which is a friend of mine for many years, he has a patent on how we remineralize water. Because if we go back, I would say for me, I go back 15 to 18 years, alkaline water didn't exist. If you went to the market, you saw regular bottled water, spring water, and distilled water. Today, alkaline water is the buzzword. Everybody has their own brand of alkaline water. You go to Trader Joe's, they have alkaline water. If you're in the TO area, you go to Lassen's, they have alkaline water. I mean, I think even the Spanish Marque Vallarta here in LA, they have their own brand of alkaline water. So alkaline water has gotten very popular. Since we started making the systems, we didn't call it alkaline. We just called it remineralized water, because the way reverse osmosis works, reverse osmosis removes all the impurities. And now, reverse osmosis is the only process used for water treatment. Any bottled water, it doesn't matter if it came from a spring, if it came from Fiji, if it came from France, it doesn't matter if it's your own tap water. It is bottled through reverse osmosis. Then some add minerals, which today they call alkaline water, right? We've been remineralizing water before even alkaline water existed at the market, We have the shower unit, which is the Clio. You guys are gonna love this. So whoever was at the event and got to see it and got to smell the scent that comes out of this unit, I mean, you guys are gonna love it. We have the countertop, the Alka CT, which is the countertop drinking water system. The countertop drinking water system is amazing. You can put it into any apartment, condo, We sell these to people that have RVs and want to have it in their RV. The Alka CT is pretty cool. And we didn't even talk about this because the way we have two options to the way we build this system, where it's just a countertop unit, or we can build it a way that is a countertop unit, but the client can eventually put it under the sink if they move to like a more permanent place. So if you're in a place where you're not going to be there permanent, you can start with the countertop unit. Then later on, you could convert that unit to an under-the-counter unit, or you can convert it to filter your ice maker or any water using appliances. So it's pretty amazing what we can do with filtration. And in the future, I mean, we have so many products that you guys are going to love, and eventually you guys are going to want to keep to your clients. You know, I say finally, I mean, and this is not, I'm not a salesperson. I mean, what I do is I support all the contractors that I work with, and the showrooms. We have products in showrooms, and I go and give them support to answer the clients' questions and help them. I'm not really a salesperson. And my wife tells me I'm a horrible salesperson. There's a lot of times that I tell people, yeah, go shop around and come back, because I know they're going to come back. I get a lot of clients that bring me in. They got 2-3 quotes from different companies to treat their water. And I come in and I always beat everybody's price because I give them what they need. I don't sell them what I want to sell them. Most companies want to sell people something. This is what you need to have. I like to treat people like family. So I come in and I see what they need, and that's what I try to give them. You know, so, you know, I put this here. Just, I think it'll be powerful for you guys to use. The reasons to order Arca Vida water system today. I mean, it's clear. It's in the water. Well, it's not that clear. If you guys saw, it's kind of yellow, right? So the water was not very clear. So your health. I mean, your health. You want to make an impact on your health. You got to change your water. I mean, it's very important. For your skin, you're taking a shower in chlorine. It's bad for your skin. It's bad for your hair. Anybody who dyes their hair, you showering in chlorinated water. Guess what? You're dyeing your hair more often because the chlorinated water is getting rid of your dye in your hair. So for your skin, it's amazing. I mean, I even use water from which we haven't introduced yet. Well, I don't even think we've talked about the beauty spray. We have a beauty spray. When I shave, after shaving, I got this beauty spray. I purify water in it, and I spray my face. And this works amazing for your skin. And guys, I mean, it's not just for the ladies. I know a lot of customers like, oh yeah, that's for my wife. No. This is not just for the ladies, man. We all have skin, and we all want to have good skin. I mean, I use it every day, and every time I shave, that's what I use. I don't use moisturizers. I use the beauty spray for the skin. Bottled water. I mean, reasons to have this amazing system in your house. You know, it's crazy that still. I get people that tell me bottled water is convenient. Bottled water is not convenient. Bottled water, to me, is actually inconvenient because you run out of it. And what do you have to do? You got to go out and get some, right? You have to go to the store, carry that case of water. You got to put it in the cart, put it in your car, get it out of your car. And when you run out, what do? You got to do it all over again. How about people that live in a second story? How about people that live in a 5th story in a building and they got to carry that water? It's not convenient. Everybody says it's convenient. It's not convenient. You know what's convenient? What's convenient is to have a bottle like this. I have a reusable bottle. I'm sharing my screen. Sorry. A reusable bottle. Fill up.
Water
we can't see it. And go. I'm sorry?
We can't see the reusable bottle.
Yeah, no, that's what I said. You use a reusable bottle instead of using bottled water. Better taste. Taste is incredible. You know, having filtered water, the taste will be like nothing you've ever had, you know. And then obviously the quality of the product. Like Gwen said, like this is made all here in the USA. Not put together from other countries and shipped parts from here and there. You know, everyone's going to go online and they're going to find some cheap product, but they all come from somewhere else and nobody manufactures their stuff. Whoever was at the event Saturday saw a video of the company and how we manufacture everything. And a couple of people actually went to the company and saw exactly we do everything from the plastic, even the plastic that we use for the systems are made here in the US. Nothing comes from overseas. Everything's made here because Freddie believes that his product has to be made in the USA. We have to employ people here, especially locally, and we have to give the best quality. And that's why the company's been around as long as it has. And with that, I'm done. If you guys have any questions, let me.
Yeah, Obi. She mentioned that. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, you
Yeah.
stressed us all out. You just stressed us all out. We're just look. I haven't even finished my drink because I don't know what's in it.
It's crazy because having good water, everything you make with it, your coffee, your tea, your lemonade, like I love making everything fresh. It just tastes better. I mean, it's so much better than just going out and buying iced tea. I mean, you can make your own iced tea. We make here at the house this amazing hibiscus lemonade, and man, that tastes good with our filter alkaline water. I mean, nothing you can never. I go to Mexican restaurants and they have hibiscus, agua fresca, which is Jamaica, right? And it's clear. You look at it and you can see through it. You can see through it. It has color and has sugar. Man, my hibiscus tea, it is like wine. It's so dark, and it tastes delicious. I love making everything at home.
All right. So let's take some questions, Mr. Over here. Take advantage that we have you here. Let's take some questions. I know. Well, let me address this one. I know a lot of people are going to say, they're going to ask about how they can get one. So what we're going to do is we're going to send out an email. Mr. Juan Estrella and I are going to work on that email today with a link to book your consultation. So you'll get an email at some point today with a link, so that way you guys can book it, and then you can get. This is not to send out to your customers yet. This is for those of us that are here on the call. So I'm one of them. Can't wait to get mine.
It's good.
So if we have any questions, let's see.
Yeah, I have a question, Mr. Alvarez. My name is Anthony from Boston. Thank you for your time and explaining all this stuff to me. And my wife here. So we have a Royal Prestige water filtration countertop product. So I want to know what differentiate yours and what yours does that the one I have doesn't do, so I can throw this one away and just get this one from you guys.
It's funny you brought that up. I mean, once I'm gonna go on the limb, I'm gonna say something that hopefully it's okay me saying. You know, we make the filters for Royal Prestige. They don't compare it to what we have. We have multi-stage system, and in our system we have something called Red D, which is ultrafiltration. It's the newest and the best filter on the market. I'm not sure if I can. Let me see. Owens, can I share my a quick little video?
Yeah, go ahead.
Let me see if I can do this real quick.
Yep.
I'll show you guys something. All right.
I'm here to introduce you our newest filter. It is called the Silver Fresh. This filter is unlike any other filter in the market. We are using a new patented technology that is NSF certified, and it's the Silver Fresh technology. This uses a non-woven coated fibers to take out 99% of viruses such as polio, Giardia, and lead, and also it takes out 99% of arsenic and mercury. This filter is so great. I'm going to show you the power that you can use and the demos that you can use live on television. I'm going to show you exactly how powerful this technology is. I'm going to put Coca-Cola through the system so that you can see how well it works. gonna wait a couple seconds. As you can see, it's coming out crystal clear.
That was all right.
Hey,
Huh?
hey, Ovi.
Yes.
Wentz, can you hear me? Ovi, can you hear
Yeah,
me?
we can hear you.
Yeah.
Okay. I have a question. This is Delvon Hardaway out of California. I'm actually going to be, I've been in the water industry for over 22 years as well. Excited to be with Bill since we first started. But I have a quick question about the system. Hydrogen infused, would it be safe to share with our potential customers that it's hydrogen infused alkaline water?
Yes.
Okay, awesome.
So our
Hydrogen,
system, our system purifies the water, and then we add calcium, magnesium, potassium, active hydrogen.
okay. Yeah, because that's one of the hottest, latest things now. As you mentioned, alkaline water just hit the scene recently. Now it's hydrogen infused. So, and what that does is that helps hydrate your molecules faster. The microclusters basically get into your system faster. So that's awesome to know. Thanks.
Yeah, hydrogen is very important. The scary part is that because it is the buzzword right now, alkaline and hydrogen, a lot of companies are coming up with all kinds of gimmicks, and they're coming up with even drops that you can buy drops and you can put it into your regular bottled water, and they claim to it. But dosing is a big deal. You know, when you don't know how much you're putting into it, it can actually be harmful. So having it in a system that slowly adds what it needs, depending on the flow of the water, is the safest and best way to do it.
Awesome.
May I ask you a question?
Yes.
Thank you so much, Ovi. I love you, man. This is gonna be great. So my question is, would it be possible to have a document that lists the chlorine removal results? Because I have a prospect and I said, look, our equipment is by far the best in the industry, and I can prove it to you. And I'm imagining that there is a document. I would love to have such a document.
Yeah, we'll have everything ready, and when we have everything, it'll be on the website for you guys, and we'll provide it. I mean, what more than what you actually saw right now live, the chlorine in the water and the removal of the chlorine. But we'll have all those documentation and everything on the site when we're ready to launch it.
Hey, Avi, this is Gavin. Oh, go ahead. Sorry,
I have a presentation this evening to close a deal, but yeah, I was hoping to get it sooner than the website. That's okay. I'll be patient.
Hey, Avi, I'm joined on the road, so if somebody has their hand raised, I'm sorry, I can't really look at my phone. Two quick questions. Number one, well, first of all, thank you for this presentation. This is awesome. First question is, what is the pH tested as soon as it comes out of the machine of the water? And the second question is, I know you guys, the retailer is Alka Vita. I've actually been using a system from a company out of California called Alka Viva for the past 5 years now. Would you guys, and they claim to be in-house and all of the same things, and it just makes me wonder, do you guys manufacture for them as well?
No, we don't. Actually, we've had a couple issues because you have a name very similar to ours, and a lot of people are confused. Alka Vida, we are a manufacturer of water filtration, different types of water filtration systems. And Alka Viva, if I'm not mistaken, they got into the ionization business of the water, and that came about after ionizers became popular. So we have no relations, and we don't do the systems for them. And they're not manufactured like we are.
Awesome. What about the pH for you guys?
Oh yeah, sorry. The pH, the pH of the water is 9.5. We have actually in the same Alka 75, we can do regular purified water, and 9.5 water. As time goes after you install the system, because the minerals do deplete, the pH does start to drop. But that doesn't happen for about a year.
Got it. Awesome, man. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
Hey, Mr. Alvarez.
Yes,
thank you very much. I'm in the airport, so just a quick question before I jump on a plane. Back in the day, I love the water filtration in the showers. It changes the way your body feels completely. My quick question is, do you guys maintain the water pressure through the shower filter?
Yes, the water pressure drops very minimal. It's not noticeable. And then talking about shower filters, I'm glad you brought it up. Most shower filters on the market are carbon-based. Our shower filters, we use KDF and we use other filtration medias, and we actually use alkalizing medias as well. Because most carbon systems, shower carbon systems, people don't know when you hook them up to hot water, which is what we use to shower, the hot water actually deactivates the carbon. So if the manufacturer tells you the carbon is going to last a year, you probably get 4 to 6 months out of it because you're using hot water. Carbon systems should not be connected to hot water. So I don't know why a lot of these companies get away with making the shower filters out of carbon, which is not made for hot water.
Thank you very much. I appreciate your time.
You're welcome. How
Hey,
about
Mr. Ovi, how you doing?
Yes,
I appreciate your presentation. I'm looking forward to this selling water and for health and for family and friends. And but yeah, actually I got a question about so I noticed you said that so it's going to be systems installed in the homes, but are they going to be, I'm a fan of bottled waters. I mean, I started doing that when I was in college. I was in high school, I didn't care about it, just drunk out of the faucet, but I got, I started buying bottled waters, Aquafina, Dasani. Those are my favorite waters. I've been buying those ever since. And since I saw this now, my question is that if you have customers that ask for bottled waters, and I know it's convenient now, of course, I would like to buy the system for my home to drink it, put it in a, put it in a container like a bottle, buy my own container, and so I can have it to drink. But basically, are we going to have bottled waters at all, or is it just going to be like just install it in the system and then the homeowner would buy their bottles like to?
Well,
Yes, sorry, go ahead.
Well, like bottled water is like you said, people say it's convenient because you can just grab one and go.
Yeah.
For me, it's easier to fill up a bottle. Like I always carry a bottle with me, and when I'm
Yes.
on the road, I carry 3 of them. But bottled water, there's a big issue. One, the plastic. You have it in your car. The sun is hot. The plastic starts. The most bottled waters are very acidic because they're treated through a system that removes everything in the water, and then they don't add the minerals back into the water because because it's acidic. It's more aggressive. So then you get more of the plastic or chemicals leaching into your water. People say, "Oh, it's not true. There's no proof," but it does happen. I'll tell you something. All water on this planet is considered mineral rich or alkaline, if you want to call it that. Bottled water, all bottled water is treated through the same process and is depleted of all these minerals. So carrying bottled water is not the best way, but we do have bottled water that we use that we put our water into. I'm not sure if we're going to bring that to REIN. That we'll have to talk to JC and Winston about. But we do have the option of having bottled water as well.
Got it. Thank you.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, brother, how are you?
I'm not sure who's on. But yeah, so this is Greg in New York.
Hey, Greg.
Yeah, so I appreciate this. Big fan of water in general. So 2 questions. You mentioned manufactured in the US. Big fan. Is it manufactured in Valencia?
Yes.
Okay, excellent.
Yeah. We have a video. I'm hoping that, and I was going to talk to Winston JC about it, that we can do like a short live Zoom walkthrough. So
I love that.
For everyone to see the place and see what we do in there. Because some people have gone there already. And Freddie said at the event, which I was like, dude, you're crazy. Everybody's going to come. There was 200 plus people there. He's like, everybody can come to the facility and check it out. And I was like, man, that's a lot of people. We got to keep it under control, you know?
Yeah.
Like, thinking of telling them we can do a live like this and just a walkthrough so you guys can actually see the place. So everyone gets to see it. It doesn't matter where you're at.
Very cool. I'm into that.
Everything is made here.
And by the way, I'd like to add something, Ovi. On Mentor Factory weekend, we will be, some of you guys that are flying in early, like on Wednesday or Thursday, we will be taking like a group of 10 to 15 people to our Alcavita facility so you guys can see how everything is made, and possibly also to the Corporate Freedom, the solar manufacturer as well, right? And corporate office. So, you know, keep that in mind. So stay tuned for that, right? But it can only be about 15 people.
Excellent. And real quick, my second question. So I've heard that water filtration has a lot to do with the locality, and every location has a different, mineral composite and whatnot. I heard that's a factor in filtration. Would you say it is? Is it something that's taken into account?
Yeah, mainly when you're dealing with city water is treated, and then they add the chlorine, chloramine stuff to make the water safe. So when you're dealing with city water, the system, the Alka 75 and the Alka CT, which is the countertop unit, and even the shower filter, they're made to treat the contaminants that we know they are existing in most waters. Now, when you go into well water, especially private, because some cities use well water, and they treat it as well, and they add the chlorine, the chloramine, and stuff to treat it. But when you have a private well, we always recommend that you get your own test. You should test your water at least every other year, because the water table can always change. You can always you find pesticides and stuff in the water. So when it is well water, we recommend you get a test, and then depending what we find in your test, we build the system for it. Because we can build systems for well water, city water. I mean, we can do desalination systems if we needed to.
Gotcha. So that's what I want to hear. There is a customization option. Yeah. Yep.
Yes,
Excellent. Thank you. Cool.
Oh, we had another quick question on the Alka 75. How often are we changing those filters?
Yearly.
Yearly. Okay. And do we have a cost yet for that? What it's going to cost the customers?
No, we'll have to get that ready with Winston and JC and the team.
Okay.
I have a question, Ovi. Good morning. How you doing?
Morning, how are you?
Hey, so you mentioned that for people that get the Alka CT, that they have the option to upgrade to the Alka 75. Is there an additional cost for that?
That's what I was. Well, parts. If you wanted to get, you need a faucet. You need T adapters to connect it to the water source. But I was actually, I kind of jumped the gun because I was gonna mention it to the team so they know that we have an option of building that unit as a countertop only, or with housings there, because we use high pressure housings for under the counter systems, and the ones for countertop they don't need high pressure housing, so it's a different material. So we could build our units, the Alka CT for REIN, with the high pressure housing. So if someone did choose or moved to a permanent place and wanted to put it under the sink, all they have to go is go back and order the parts they need to connect it to water and the faucet that matches their faucet, so they have a under the counter unit.
Got it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hi, Ovi. Thanks for the presentation. So I know you mentioned that these can be put on your faucet, like for homeowners, renters, condos, townhomes. Have you guys had any experience with installing these in mobile homes?
Yes, they do mobile homes, RVs. We're actually working right now with the company on the QMP side. We're making a filtration system for RVs to filter all the water before it goes into the RV.
Great.
Hey, a quick question. Hello?
Hi, yes.
Yeah, great presentation, by the way. You did an amazing job.
Thank you.
So, like one of our great owners always says, solar is an IQ test. This also looks to be an IQ test. So what would you say, with your experience, are the top maybe 1 or 2 objections that you get, and how would you handle them?
Well, people are always gonna, like, for example, someone just asked about bottled water. A lot of people just are comfortable with bottled water. A lot of people are comfortable with spring water because they don't know the difference between regular bottled water and spring water. So everybody thinks it's spring water. So this is one of the most common ones that I get. Oh, I get spring water. I don't like tap water. Well, tap water is water that's filtered and treated and then bottled, right? For bottled water. Spring water is water that comes from a spring. It could be a river, wherever it comes from. And people think it's better because it's not city water. Well, I was talking to this lady just a couple of days ago, and I gave her the example of animals go in their water, animals die in the water. There's contaminants there. That even spring water needs to be taken to a facility, treated, then bottled for you. So what's the difference? Might as well filter your own water at home. So a lot of times people, or they think the distilled water. For people that are old enough to remember, distilled water on the bottles, they used to say for steamers and irons only. Today they took that off for people to buy and drink. So you always get people that question those things, whether spring water, whether it's distilled water, which one's better. But as far as product goes, I really don't get any pushbacks. Well, a lot of people compare. I'll give you an example. I get people that say, well, about an RO or a drinking water system on Costco. And I say, great, that's good. I'm glad you're doing something better. You're getting a water system, so you don't have to go buy bottled water. But after you bought that RO or that drinking water system, you need to hire someone to install it for you. And if something happens to the system, you have to hire somebody to remove it, and you have to take it back to the store or ship it back. So when you buy from a company that's been manufacturing and has been around for as long as we have, any issues you could ever have, we take care of.
Great. Hey, Obi, can I address that question too as well?
Yeah, but
So as far as the objections, with me being in the industry for over 22 years myself, if you do an informative, energetic presentation and you educate the customer, you shouldn't get any objections, period. And then, small ones that I do get still to this day is like, I need to think about it. And in my demo, I do something what we call a precept test, to where we actually show in vials the filtered water versus the tap water. And I pick them up and I say, Mr. Smith, what is it there to think about? You want your kids to brush their teeth, bathe, and wash in this or this? So it's different tactics that you use. And also, again, as I mentioned, I'm going to be leading up the training and the sales of these. I'll share golden nuggets through my trainings and stuff that I've used over the 22 years to help you guys overcome objections. But basically, if you do an informative, enthusiastic presentation and you share with them what's in their water, you shouldn't get any objections.
And let me ask you, just a quick follow-up. Go ahead, ladies first.
Good afternoon. I just have a quick question about the various waterborne pathogens that we deal with in urban, suburban, and rural areas, and how the system works with alleviating those pathogens. Thank you so much.
We have, just like I showed you guys on that little video with the Red D. Red D is just the one filter that's in our system, and it's the newest the ultrafiltration filters, things on the market. You saw how that filter out. I basically made the Coca-Cola into water, right? So we removed everything that was in the Coca-Cola and made it back to water. Because Coca-Cola is water plus syrup and fructose corn syrup and whatever else they put in it to make it taste good, to make you come back to Coke, right? When we put it to that one filter, it got rid of everything. So now imagine a series of filters. So we build systems for different cities, different countries. So our systems target just about most of the stuff that's out there that we know of.
Hey, a follow-up question. Because a lot of us are going to be selling virtually, this is obvious an amazing in-home product sale. How would you foresee us selling this virtually?
I don't think water is water. Water is something everybody uses, and in my experience, most people that I come in contact with, they all want a water system. They just don't know who to get it from. So when you can present a product that's going to solve the problem of bad water, the problem of buying bottled water, and the fact that you have the company to show where the system is coming from, we don't have to hide where the system comes from. I think it's an easy sell even to do virtually.
Okay. Is there a way that virtually, because I don't know anything about this business at all, that's why I'm asking this question. It may be a pretty simple thing, but what if virtually you opened up bottled water and tested it? Would that give an effect or no?
Yeah, for sure. Just like we did the chlorine test right now and washing the fruits and vegetables with it. I mean, it's like, that's something, and that's kind of why I asked, hey, can I do this live so you guys can see versus just playing a video? Because when you do presentations live at somebody's home, I mean, the proof is in the pudding, but when you do it virtually, when you see them do it, like if I pour water into a cup and put some pH drops in there and showed you the pH is very low, and then showed you water from our system and show you that the pH is higher and it's healthier water, you can see that virtually. It makes an impact.
Absolutely.
That's great.
I have a question. It's Anthony Alexis here in Boston. So I lived south of Boston for like 7 years. I moved out of this town about a year and a half ago, but 4.5 years in, I got a letter from the city saying that the water had forever chemicals in there. We could not cook, brush our teeth, or drink the water. I never drank the water. I always had bottled water, but that was a big deal for the entire town. It was about a town of about 6,000 homes, right? So decent sized town. Now, does this system treat forever chemicals? Because I've been learning a lot of towns in Massachusetts have forever chemicals in them.
So yes, I mean, so like you guys, everybody knows Flint, you know, Michigan. I mean, there's a big issue with water. Reverse osmosis, specific reverse osmosis, is like ours. Our systems are used to treat waters like that.
So the answer is yes. They're called they're called PFAS is the common name, and yes, the systems remove those contaminants.
Thank you so much.
All right, we're a little bit over an hour here. Now it's a Saturday morning, so we'll take 2 more questions, and then we'll wrap it up here.
What are the long-term effects? What are the long-term effects, detrimental effects, would you say, over someone's, lifespan or decades of drinking water that is not treated like this? What type of, medical problems they have, or any documentation on that?
There's a lot of documentation out there you can find. I mean, I don't. Whenever I sell a water system, whenever I present a product, I know it's used a lot in the industry. I don't talk about cancer. I talk about the problem with the water. I show people what's out there. It's in the news. There's articles everywhere showing the negative effects of just chlorine alone for your health. So all those things are out there for you to use. I like to just present the problem, present the solution to clients, and show them that it's coming from a company that's been around for a long time and everything's made here in the U.S. There's a lot of information out there you can use.
Mr. Alvarez, this is Marva in Maryland. And I was wondering if you have units available for commercial use, like for schools, municipal buildings.
Yes,
where
we do.
PFAS are a problem.
Yes, we do. We do like commercial systems. I see it in the future us bringing this to the company because we're getting into water. When you get into water, you're just getting our feet wet. Eventually, we're going to jump all in, and we're going to offer systems for everyone.
Because we have schools in our area that they've told the children going back to school that they cannot drink the water at school. You can't control that. Kids are going to go in the bathroom and drink the water. I mean, so it's kind of crazy because
Eventually, if
they
there's
have
a
the
market,
feedback
if there's a market for it, we do make the light commercial and commercial systems. But yeah, I mean, there's definitely an opportunity there.
All right, well, Obi, we'll extend the Q&A session. Some people have been waiting patiently here with their hand up, so we'll extend it a little bit. If you need to get off, here, let me say this. Before you get off, we will be sending out an email at some point today, so you can schedule your consultation. But we'll take a few more questions here because some people have been waiting, Obi, so we'll extend it a little bit. If you need to get off, have a great rest of your weekend. If you have questions, we'll stay on here for a little bit
Yeah,
longer.
I think that's a good idea. That's a good idea because a lot of people want to get them answered, and whoever has to go, yeah, it's better.
That's fine. Cool.
This is Kathy. I have a quick question. Thank you for the
Hey, Kathy.
presentation. By
You're
the
very
way, what is the installment like? Is it easy to install by the customer?
The Alka CT is easy to install by a customer. The Alka 75 does take some. It does take some work. I mean, handyman, any plumber. I mean, most people can do it themselves, but it require installing a faucet, connecting to the cold water source. The shower filter, simple. Remove the shower head, put the filter in place, put the shower head back on, you're ready to go. And the Alka CT as well connects to most main kitchen faucets, and you flush the water for a little bit, you're good to go.
Perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hello. Question. This is Ignacio from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Thanks, man. Thanks for the presentation. Definitely raised my awareness on what I'm drinking. So my question is, for an example, if we're doing in-home presentations or even via Zoom, are we gonna be provided with the testing strips? Is there like a certain test strips that we would use, or like that liquid that you were putting in the when you did the presentation part to show?
Yes, we have a kit that you can actually use for in-home presentations, and we'll get that going, and we'll talk about something that we're going to use. I think it's very important if you are going to do in-home presentations to have the right kit to do your test. It'll look like something like this, but then in the home kit, you're not only going to do chlorine, you may do the precipitation test as well, which shows the TDS, the dissolved solids in the water. So that's a pretty cool test as well. You might want to carry some potatoes with you.
Yeah, make some French fries after.
There you go.
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good. How are you? My name is Dante. I'm from California. I have a few questions, actually. I'm part of the company Enagic. I'm sure you've heard of them before.
Yes.
Kangen Water. How would you say that compares to your system?
That's good. I'm actually, since I'm in the water business, I'm always looking and stuff. And Enagic came into my radar about 18 years ago, and people were calling asking for Enagic, Kangen Water. And I was like, what the heck is Kangen Water? I've never heard of this. Oh, some Japanese machine that hooks up to the water and makes water. So I got into it and I started looking. I've sold ionizers before. I sold a company called Tyen, and I sold Enagic's ionizers. And I became a distributor with them because I wanted to see what the product was and what they were like. They're amazing, machines. I believe Enagic, the Kangen machines, is the best ionizer on the market. But remember this, ionizers, whether it's Enagic or anybody else, there are ionizers. They use electrolysis, electricity to restructure water. They're not a filter. They have to put a filter to sell their filters in our market. And their filters are always small, and all they do is probably taste in order. So their filters are not that good, and that's where we come in. I'm not sure if we're going to launch it from the get-go or not, but we have, just like that Red D video that I showed, we have a pre-filter that can be used with the Enagic and any ionizer to improve that water. So if you love your Kangen water, it's great. You just need to add the pre-filter, and the Arca Vida pre-filter is the best pre-filter you can put before your machine, so you have the best Kangen microcluster antioxidant Kangen water, because otherwise you're drinking microcluster antioxidant and contaminated water.
Right.
Yeah, yeah, that is interesting. I do have a pre-filter, but I'm not too sure how high quality is compared to your guys.
Yeah, you don't have our pre-filter. Once you have our pre-filters, you'll see the difference. Even having a pre-filter with an ionizer, and I'm glad you brought that up because I have experience with ionizers. Any product that comes out, I want to try it. I always like to try things before I even try to tell people about them. I've noticed with the Kangen machines, you put a good pre-filter before the machine, everything improves. The pH improves. The ORP, which is the oxidation reduction potential, improves. It just overall becomes better water.
Yeah, I totally agree. A few more questions before I go. Comparing your company, so you're just a filter, or you have a machine that puts it through a filter and then makes it alkaline?
We do, our systems purifies the water first, then adds the beneficial minerals, your calcium, magnesium, potassium, hydrogen. We don't put it through a machine to make the water alkaline or to do anything. Our filters do everything for us. It's not like the ionizer, where the ionizer uses the electricity to structure the water. Okay. You know, since we're talking about ionizers really quick, just so you guys know, because a lot of people try to make better water, which it makes sense, and they're trying to do something better, but they try to hook up the ionizers to regular reverse osmosis. You know, ionizers cannot make, in your case, Kangen water if there's no minerals present. So if you're putting water through the system that is not rich in minerals, the machine will not work.
Yeah, because it'll lose the good conductor of electricity with the minerals inside it.
Correct.
And the last question is, do you guys have any ISO certifications, or what I heard was NSF that you guys have? Do you have the Water Quality Association certification?
Yes, we've been a member of the Water Quality Association since the Water Quality Association started.
Awesome.
The water quality, we're certified through Water Quality Association, NSF, and we do have ISO certification for manufacturing.
Awesome. I'm definitely gonna check out the company for sure for the pre-filter. That sounds extremely interesting. Thank you.
Definitely a market there as well. I mean, because a lot of, look, you love your ionizer, you love what you have, you just need something to improve it, and that's where we come in.
Yes, I can totally agree. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Hello, good morning. This is Johnny. I don't know if I missed this. Nate, thank you for everything. I don't know if I missed this, but when someone purchases this, is it just DIY? They install it themselves? If they're local, does someone come out and install it? And if someone's not out of state, you guys are pretty much shipping it out, and then they just do it themselves?
Yeah, and I think JC and Winston will touch base on that more. But right now, currently, any sale done in California, Nevada, Houston, Texas. Soon we'll be in South Carolina. We have installers in different places, and then finding installers in other places is not as difficult. But I think Winston and JC will touch in the subject, because I believe they're going to do something to help you guys out with the installation when it's not somewhere that we can install.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah.
Hey, Avi. Thank you for the great presentation today. Very valuable information. I have one question. Will we be able to sell this product to renters as well? Yes.
Yes, you can.
Okay, thank you.
The only issue with renters is if you go with the Alka 75, in some cases, and this is something that we will talk in the future, when you talk to a renter, when you talk to someone virtually, when you're there at the place, you want to look at their sink and you want to see if they have a soap dispenser, because in most cases we have to drill a hole for the faucet unless you do in the countertop unit.
Gotcha. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hey, hey, Avi. This is Keith Cancel. We met
Hey Keith, how are
in
you?
Valencia
Yes.
on Wednesday.
How are the cigars?
Fantastic, man. Um, it's all about enjoying life.
Yes.
So my question is, one, I've been in a journey of finding a good, filtration company or new alkalizing, which is very odd, which how this is coming about. Um, and one of my biggest things I've been trying to put together while in my journey is looking at some of the differences. A difference, there's many manufacturers out there. So it's easy to say, yes, we're made in the US. Yes, we do this. Yes, we're certified. But what makes you guys different, number one? And then how is there documentation or are there tests? Because I can see customers wanting to see those things.
Yeah, we do. We do have tests, and we do have a test that we have when we created the alkaline filter, the filter that remineralizes the water. And I think all that stuff will be available for us to use. What sets us apart, honestly, is the fact that we do manufacture all that stuff. Most people say they manufacture their stuff, but they don't. They buy parts and put systems together. There's a lot of people that just buy parts from different places and put them together, or shipping a whole lot of systems and sell them under a different name. But they're not systems that are made here, and you're not buying from somebody that has been doing this for a long time, and we're not going anywhere. I mean, currently, not only do we own our own building, we've been in the business for more than 30 years, because Alcavida has been around for 30 years, but QMP, which is the manufacturing part of the company, we've been around longer. And we manufacture for a lot of the big names out there as well. There's a lot of companies that, like the ones you were talking about, they don't make all their stuff. Yes, they claim the everything's made here, but guess what? They're buying parts from QMP. They're buying parts from us so they can put their system together. So that kind of, and another good thing is that from day one, we opened our doors for you guys to come in. I mean, you're at the facility, how many companies will invite you and come in to go see their operations? Not many. So because we are confident and we have nothing to hide, that's why we invite you to the facility, so you can come and see for yourself what we do.
Right. Yeah, no, I appreciate that. Thank you. One of the things, do you have also documentation that shares the difference between, ionizing and adding natural minerals into the water? Maybe some differences as well.
Yeah, we have that. We also had, I don't know, you're at the event Saturday, right?
I was.
Okay. Did you see we had an RO? There was Chinese made RO, and we had ours right there, and people were actually comparing the difference with all the fittings and all the parts that put the system together, comparing it to ours. So we do have stuff that we can show you the comparison between our systems and others, and the comparison from ionization and filtration.
Excellent. This is not a question. This is more of a comment based on my water journey, and in simple terms, you can either have a filter or you can be the water filter.
Yeah, it's funny you say that. I'm not sure. My shirts, my work shirts, in the back, it says "Use a filter, don't become one."
Yeah, beautiful.
Because you become a filter, and a water filtration system, you can change the filters on it.
Exactly.
Our filters we cannot change. So it's funny you say that, because my shirts say "Use a filter, don't become one." And you're talking about the journey of water. Everything's at its time. JC and Winston mentioned that they actually came to the company. I didn't meet with them 10 years ago, or 10, 11 years ago, something like that, because they were looking into water. And for XYZ reasons, it didn't work out. Maybe because I wasn't there. I like to take both sides whenever I'm doing something and figure out what you need and what we can offer you and come up with a plan that works for both parties, right? Maybe 10 years ago, I wasn't there, so it didn't happen, but everything happens at its time. You can't force it. You know,
That's exactly what it was, Obi. That's exactly what it was.
Yeah, bro.
Well, thank you again.
All right, pleasure.
So I have a question. This might be geared towards Wences or JC. How quickly do you expect us to have like sizzle videos and adding water to the opportunity video that JC created not too long ago, the 15-minute video? And thirdly, what are we thinking the estimated commissions will be on the product?
All right, so I'll start with the first one. The videos, we're gonna start working on those. First, we need to finalize the logo. We have that. The website is almost done. We're about 90% done. I think all we need to do is insert the last version of the logo. And we're gonna add Mr. Keith Kinsel's tagline here. You're either the filter or you get one.
Yeah, there you go.
So that's almost done. Website, logo, then we'll move on to the videos, the opportunity presentation. We'll have a recorded one. So we're going to be working hard on that this week to get everything done. So here's a timeline. This week, as we're working on all of that, you guys will be able to set up your consultation. We're going to be sending out an email at some point today with the scheduling link so you can set up your consultation, and we'll be working on all of that to have it ready for you guys. So the other thing is, just to be clear, so the countertop unit can be sold anywhere. Right now, we're starting out in the US, right? We are going to eventually, there is a version of it that we can sell outside of the US, but for now, just for now, we're gonna do US only, okay? So US only for now. And also the Alka 75 can also be shipped anywhere, right? So the way it's going to work for you and for future customers is we have a network of installers, of plumbers, right? Through Mr. Freddie, Mr. Obi's relationships. We have a network already. So we'll be, when the customer makes the purchase, we will help them set up the installation. And if we can't, then we give them a credit so they can find a local plumber that can install it. And we do have instructions for the plumber to be able to do it. It's not that hard. Most of them know how to do it. They've installed these under-the-counter units. Correct me if I'm wrong, Mr. Obi, but it's not that hard to do. So they can find a local plumber to do it for them, and we will give them a credit for that. So these units, both of these, the countertop and the Alka 75, can be shipped anywhere in the US for now. And the shower heads also, and the shower heads.
Customers that need multiple shower heads.
Yeah, multiple shower heads, yes. So, all right, any other questions? I just wanted to make that clear. We can sell these everywhere in the US.
Hey, Wences, does that include Puerto Rico? Will it include
Yes.
Puerto Rico? Oh, great.
That does, yeah, that includes Puerto Rico, yes. And there are a few other countries. I just don't want to announce them yet, but we will announce them in the near future, very near future. But there are other countries that we can go to. And with that filter that he showed in the video, we can also ship that to multiple countries as well.
Just one quick one.
One more question. Sorry about. Wait, hold on. Before we move on to the next question, the pricing on these units is $2,500 for the countertop, and it's $39. So $24.95 and $39.95 for the Alka 75. So that's the pricing.
How much is the whole house unit?
The whole house unit is going to be, right for now, is going to be just in California. It's really, really hard. So in these last 2.5 months of talking to different distributors and manufacturers and just in the water industry, nobody has a Rolodex that can say, hey, I have plumbers in every state, in every city that I can send to go and to install a whole house unit. There are, it is more complicated. You know, in some cases there is some trenching. You know, no one's gonna want to have this big unit right next to their porch, right to their front door. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start here in California with the whole house unit. I believe Mr. Freddie said that he has some units sitting in, and also shipping. So shipping is also a factor for that. I believe he has some units sitting in Texas, and more specifically in Houston. And he's right now as we speak, he's in South Carolina, right,
Yes.
Ovi? He's in
Yes.
South Carolina. The state of South Carolina is offering him a lot of incentives to open up a facility on the East Coast in South Carolina. A lot of incentives. So they are going to be opening up a facility soon here. So that's also going to help because we'll have units sitting on the East Coast. So whole house unit is for Californians $79.95, and that's for California only for now, and possibly Texas right out the gate.
Yes.
And Wences, what will be the commissions on these deals once we sell them?
You know, we'll put out the pricing in that email just so you guys have it. We'll put it out. We'll put the breakdown. It's basically going to fall into the same comp plan as the solar. So it's going to fall into the same compensation plan, and we'll have the breakdown in the email so you guys can reference that.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate that.
Do we have
When's this the shower heads?
Oh.
The shower heads, yeah, the shower heads, $249.
Thank you.
Yes.
Go ahead, Roberto.
I'm very, very motivated to get the same kit with the, with the chemicals, sort of the beakers, right? I would love to have the beakers and the chemicals to make just to show that the tap water is, impure. So I think that's potentially one of the critical paths for like in-home sales and even online sales. And I know you're aware of that. So I would love to put my name on the list if I can be one of the top 5, to get one, or, whenever I could get it, I'm willing to drive to Miami if I need to get it.
No, you won't need to do that.
Yes.
Hey, Dion, since you took the floor, I wanted to go ahead and piggyback on that. As I talked to you yesterday, Winston, we have a deal that we need to write up at 3:00 today.
Yes, we can talk about that after the call. Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yes. All right. Any other questions? Before we wrap this up.
Hi, this is Tanya from Boston. What I want to ask is that demonstration, can I copy that part of the video for now to show to customers? I'm talking about with the potato, the demonstration with the potato and
Yes. What we're gonna do, I think what we're gonna have to do, Ovi, is we're gonna have to do a training on how to do a presentation. So this is gonna be exactly like solar, guys. So right now, we're gonna start out with a couple of mentors, right, that have experience, like Mr. Delvon, who have decades of experience in selling water filtration. But we will have a certification just like solar, and there will be an opportunity for you to learn just like solar to close the deals on your own, right? So, but because right now we do have some individuals with experience, they will be the mentors until we can train new mentors, and that's the goal, right? To have mentors all across the country.
Yes.
Everybody right now is just to be taught how to do the demo. A few different demos. That's it.
Yes, we can definitely do that as well. Yes.
I think chlorine and pH will be the easiest demo you guys can do, and that we can do pretty quick. The precipitation test and the other stuff we can train on that.
Tell somebody I'm going to do a demo for you via Zoom. Go grab a potato. Do what I tell you to do.
Since we're touching the subject right now, for the chlorine test, the OTO drops, obviously we'll have a kit put together for the OTO drops, which is what we use to check the chlorine in pools. When you are going to do a test, I always tell people who are going to do presentations to always check your stuff before you do it, because what happens, water sitting in the line, sometimes the chlorine doesn't show as much because it's just sitting in the line. So what I like to do is I like to run the tap for a minute or so and then get a fresh sample of water before you check it. Always check your stuff before you do presentation. The worst thing you want to do is to do something if we're not too sure what you're trying to show them. Because I know people are going to run to the store, Home Depot, Lowe's, and look for the OTO drop so they can try it. But those are tips that will help you so you have a successful presentation.
So Obi, if someone has a pool and they have, would it be stuff that they already have in their house?
If most people don't clean their own pool, so but yes, I mean, yeah, if you have a pool nowadays, back in the days, people used to do their own lawn and clean their own pool. I don't think nobody wants to do that anymore. Not even the kids in the neighborhood want to come and cut your lawn. They're inside playing video games. They don't want to come. Back in the days, we used to go out. Hey, come and cut your lawn for some money.
Paid to do video games.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Hey, I got a quick question in regards to just real quick. If you said it's like gonna be similar like solar with mentors and everything like that, is it gonna be similar in the structure as far as like, is it gonna be payments in cash, credit, debit? Is there gonna be financing available for, if customers want like the whole kit and caboodle?
Great question.
Yeah, I remember somebody saying about like, not just homeowners, but also renters, so that we can get it to the masses, because that price range, that's a great price range, but not everybody will just be able to fork up about $4,000 if they wanted it. So if that's an option.
Yes.
Yes, financing.
That is, financing is available. Sorry, Ovi. That it will be available. So this is a product. That's one of the cool things about it, that it's zero down. They can pay for it up front. Obviously, they can put it on a credit card, but there are financing options where the client puts no money down.
Perfecto.
Basically they take their bottled water money and they transfer it over. It is a transferred spend product.
Yeah, just like solar.
Yes, exactly.
Yep. Redirecting funds that you're already spending.
Yes, right.
Right on.
Awesome. I got a quick question. So the whole house unit, it does the complete water purification. It's not just for softening, it purifies the water as well, correct?
Yes, we have different options. We do whole house filtration systems. We're treating the water from contaminants first, and then the water softener, if you're doing a water softener. We also do anti-scale. In some places, you cannot use water softeners anymore. They've banned water softeners because they don't want salt being sent down the sewer. Supposedly they're going to use sewer water for irrigation. Now they're going to pump it back to us. But we do filtration, which is the contaminant removal. We do the water softening, and we do anti-scale as well. And those are
because
the
if there is
go ahead.
If there is a municipality where the water is already soft, it's not hard, we don't want to soften it anymore, right? We want to tailor it. So just like you said, we're going to customize these.
Yeah, correct. So yeah, the whole house systems they're considered point of entry systems, and the drinking water systems are point of view systems, just in case in the future that term comes up. So whole house filtration is considered point of entry. Drinking water systems are point of use.
If you have your hand up, feel free to just unmute yourself and ask a question.
Hey, this is Keisha. I don't have a question. I have the Kangen water machine, so I'm definitely getting the pre-filters and everything else. But I just want to say that as a realtor, if there are any realtors, when you're talking to a realtor, my whole brain has been going crazy. So I am like, I can't just sell you a house. I need to now keep you safe and healthy in that house. So that is going to be my explosion. I'm going to be talking about everything we have. I'm going to be doing live demonstrations, but that's going to be my thing. When I blast out my newsletter to 1,500 people or more in my database, I'm going to be saying, like, yes, I'm a realtor, but how can I just put you in a house and just leave you there? Now I'm going to keep you safe and healthy, and I'm going to go over what that is. So I just want to give that tip to anyone who needs it, because I'm ready to go. Because this is my last downline. I'm not just kidding. So I'm loving this company. Thank you all.
Let's go, Keish.
Yes.
Let's go.
Excited to see you fired up again. Let's go.
I'm back.
One-stop shop.
That's right.
Get it all under you.
There you go. And that's the beauty of it. You know, we have and I see it with Bill. Like, you guys are doing amazing work. You're doing what we've been trying to do for many years. It's very difficult to get people to work together. You know, you're bringing in solar, which is something that everyone should have. Like, everyone should have solar. You have the alarm systems. Nowadays, everybody's concerned. People don't even want to open their doors, you know. And now you're bringing in water. I mean, it's pretty good system you're putting together.
So, Mr. Ovi, how many gallons is the countertop unit good for, and does it require filters bought in the future? And how much are they?
All systems, you want to replace the filters yearly. The Alka 75, as its name shows, is capable of producing 75 gallons of water per day.
75 per day.
The Alka 75, because they work differently. We'll go into that in future presentations. We'll go into the difference between the countertop unit and the under the counter units, but they're a little different. But all filters should be replaced yearly.
Well, that takes me back to one of the questions that the gentleman had. What sets us apart? Being in the water industry for as long as I have, regular filters only produce 10 gallons a day, 10 to 15. And if we're producing 75, that definitely sets us apart as well. That's great to know.
What's the cost in the filter?
We'll have to.
It's $2,500 for the countertop, $4,000 for $39.95. I don't like those $9.95, but you know, I know it helps for perception, but $2,500 and $4,000, and we'll put it in the email so you guys can see it. It'll be on the website as well.
I think the question was more like the replacement filters.
The filters.
Oh, the replacement filters are going to. Oh, here's a good one. Check this out. So they have to replace the filters, and that is going to generate a residual income, because it will also be commissionable.
Oh,
so that part is pretty cool.
Let's go.
Yeah, $249.
Another good thing that we haven't even touched yet. Not only are they going to make money on replacement filters, but the unit has a lifetime warranty if you change your filters yearly. So if you don't change your filters yearly, it will void your warranty. But no one in the industry has a lifetime warranty. You know, I get people they bring me different products and they say, oh, this one here has, like, for example, the Enagic machine has a 5-year warranty, and other companies that sell ionizers say, oh, we have a 10-year warranty. Infiltration too. There's companies that say, oh, we have a 10-year or a life, and then you look at the fine print, and it's 2 years for one thing, 3 years for another thing, 4 years. It's not real. We have a lifetime warranty that covers the unit as long as you change the filter yearly.
And here's the cool part about it, right? With our model, if you're an individual water filtration sales professional, right? As many customers as you can possibly accumulate, it's never going to be that significant, you know, if we're honest, right? Unless you're a machine and you're selling hundreds and thousands of units. But with our model, that residual income going into the compensation plan, you're not only going to get residuals on your sales, you're going to get residuals on the sales of your entire team. So that changes the game completely.
Yeah, no, guys, you know, most filters out there, and especially, you know, the guys that have experience in filtration, all those units that come from overseas and everything you can buy online, people can go and buy replacement filters at Home Depot, Lowe's, and then you lost the client. Our units have special filters that you can only get from us. You will never lose a client to buying a replacement filter somewhere else. It's always going to come back to you, which is the best way to do it. because if a client comes back to you, a client is happy, clients always have someone who wants to buy a system as well.
Are the Alka 75, are they quick change RL?
We're getting into that. That's a future. We already have the molds. We're already making a quick change. They're not. It comes with the range that you can remove the cup, the housing to replace the filter inside. But we're working on something like that yet already. So
awesome.
Can we get an idea of what the cost of the filter is, the replacement filter each year, and the commission behind that?
It's $250. We haven't determined the commissionable volume yet, but it will be in the compensation plan. We'll put out a PDF explaining in detail the comp plan for the water filtration.
Wes, we haven't talked about that. That's why I won't comment it, but I think it's $250 for the Alka CT, and
yes,
I think
it's
$300 for the Alka 75. I'm not sure what the price for the Alka 75, but
yes.
there's
and since we're all entrepreneurs here, and we're working with all business people, the more we sell, the better pricing we get, right? So if everybody contributes, right, to us getting to the next pricing tier, then it's going to help everybody, and more money goes into the comp plan.
Awesome. I have a question. Mr. Alvarez,
Yes.
Anthony here in Boston. For the countertop filter, what does that produce a day as far as like how many gallons per day for the countertop? I know the Alka 75 produces 75 gallons per day.
Yeah, with the countertop unit, you're not restricted in gallons. I mean, if you go through the amount of gallons the unit can do before the year ends, you have to replace the filter. But there's no restriction on the amount of water you can make daily.
All right, thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Okay, guys, just a comment. Can you hear me?
Yes, clear.
Okay, just a comment. Just guys, the same thing with the solar. Obviously, for myself, example, I have 15 years experience in solar. Let me just say something because I think it's imperative people understand this. Set the appointment, tag the mentor. And I'll say it again, set the appointment, tag the mentor, because here's the thing, that duplicates. There's a lot of great questions. There's an overload of information. And here's what new people do. If you don't have solar or water experience, you're going to want to tend to say too much and throw up all over people just to try to get the appointment. That is not the time to get all this information. You're much better off if you want to make a sale and help the homeowner. You're literally write this down. Stop trying to learn everything. Stop trying to know everything up front. Your check's going to be small and your doubts are going to be high. But when you have the mentor on there, literally, in solar appointments, Jabari will attest to this, I think, too. We say literally, get the bill, tag the mentor, and put duct tape on your mouth. If you start answering people's questions too soon, you will never get the appointment because they're going to base their opinion and their facts off thinking what you told them. So I'm just going to tell you right now, hopefully everybody understands that the right way, is literally there's a time and place for everything, and it's at the kitchen table, or in my case, on Zoom nationwide. I can see myself doing this on Zoom, never have to go to somebody's house, literally, because if you do it right, I remember in solar, we had to go belly to belly. Everybody thought you couldn't do it on Zoom. And guess what? My same company during COVID, a lot of companies went out of business during that time because they couldn't switch to doing something on Zoom. Well, if you look at the Zoom we're on now, I'm on my computer. I'm showing you the same thing as if I sat next to you at your house. So I would just give that kind words and tell you, listen, stop overthinking it. Think less. Talk to more people. Book more appointments. Use your mentor's calendar. Set the appointment. Sit back and take the notes. Where 99% of the questions that you're asking right now today, which is perfect, are going to get answered during a presentation that you can get paid on. Back to you.
That's good.
Ooh, mic drop. Especially, can you repeat that last part? 99% of the questions.
90% of the questions are going to get answered during the presentation where you have the chance to get paid. See, right now what's happening is cool for today, right? We understand that. But guys, I'm a passionate person, and I can tell you, Jabari will tell you, when they're wanting, a lot of people in solar, for example, want to interject, or, well, they want to hear about this, want to hear about, put the duct tape on and get paid. Because here's what'll happen. You'll go see your neighbor about solar too late. You'll say, I'll get ready to talk to that person, and they'll already be putting the solar up. Same thing with this. But if you say too much, there's no reason for them to meet with you. None. They want to hear 3 things, and if you stutter, you're out. Well, guess what? Your mentor's going to stutter less, right? Let's call it, let's be real with it, right? And so if I can do that, take notes. I probably have most notes of anybody, or one of the top 5 in the company. I'll tell you right now, because I always take notes. When Jabari's speaking, when somebody else is speaking about whatever they're talking about, I'm literally taking notes. When Obi's talking there, I'm taking notes. How many pages of notes do you have today, right?
I got
But
5
it all comes down to during the appointment that you literally say nothing, introduce, edify. Remember, introduce, edify, and I won't say it, put duct tape on your mouth and take notes, because that's how you're going to get paid. I see Delvon right there is smiling. He's a, oh my God, I would love to have people like this that would duplicate 100% and say nothing and take the notes. If the mentor's talking and you're just going, I hope I get the sale, you're missing the point, because your knowledge that you could be writing down will help you. And suddenly, by hearing the talk, you become the talk. Put a 1 in the chat if that makes sense. Back to you.
All right. We're going on 2 hours here, so I don't see any more hands up. Do we have any last minute questions here? We'll take them. And remember, we're going to be doing a ton of training on this. This is the first one. I think it was a great one. Happy that you guys are showing a lot of interest. So if we have any there you go. Any last minute questions, we'll take them and we'll wrap it up here.
I really need to understand what these filters are actually made of, what type of plastic it is.
What minerals they bring back.
We'll explain that to you, Mr. Pacheco, as soon as you explain the science behind Ripple.
We'll answer those during the in-home presentation.
There we go.
I'm sorry. The Zoom presentation. Sorry, Pete. God.
All right, everybody. So I think we answered a lot of questions today. This was recorded. We'll post it so everybody can watch it, and you can send it to those that weren't able to make it. But we don't have any more last minute questions.
I have one real quick.
Question. Yes.
Okay. So I know we're going to concentrate on US for now, but the Mexico market, I think something we can work with. Is that something in the near future? Is it just like more finding installers, or even giving people the job opportunity? That'd be pretty cool.
Yes. So Mexico will be one of the first ones. I can say that because I've already talked to Mr. Freddie about it, and we do have a filter that will help in these other countries outside of the US. A special filter for those countries. So yes. Awesome. So that's not.
Okay, I have a question.
Yes.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to step on you.
No, go ahead.
What do you recommend a person looking at this opportunity for the first time to review the full compensation?
What do you mean?
Okay, I'm looking at your opportunity, your company, for the first time.
Yes.
What do you recommend that I see? What do you recommend I see to see the full compensation of this opportunity?
Well, remember this will be a part of the overall presentation, right? Of the Build Network opportunity presentation. And I'm sure we'll have some videos specific to the water filtration. So, I guess it depends, right? What did you approach the prospect with? But it will be a part of the overall presentation of Build Network.
Okay. So the first thing is for me to see the Build Network presentation, correct?
Yes. All right. Definitely.
All right. That's the beginning. All right. Thank you.
Oh, gotcha.
Hey, Wences, just real quick. So it's going to be basically 70% for the person who does the personal sale, and then all the overrides as we have them in the comp plan. Is that correct?
Yes, that's exactly it. Yep.
Wow. Can I join again? I want to join again. This is crazy. I hope everybody understands the override.
Let me
the overrides you're going to build here. The overrides we're going to build. It's crazy.
Let me recruit you, man.
And guys, just so you know, I've been, again, as long as I've been in the industry, this is the top commissions ever. The most commissions I received was 30% of the deal. So this is phenomenal, you guys.
Wow.
I couldn't even sleep last night waiting to get on this call. 30% was the highest. So 70 is blowing it off the roof.
Wow.
Yeah, 70% to the mentor and the mentee. So whoever closed the deal, whoever generated the lead. But remember, there's an additional percentage that goes to the overrides. So actually more than 70.
Wow.
All right, guys. So we're going to wrap this up. We're here at the 2-hour mark. So we're going to wrap this up. Keep an eye out for the email today. And
I have one question.
Yes.
Troy Hubbard, were you asking for yourself or were you asking for your prospects?
Let's say both.
Are you have you not seen our compensation plan yet?
Not yet. Delvon Hardaway invited me, and I'm sure he'll follow up right after this call.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so he was asking for himself and for his
Yeah, that's the
one thing
part,
you
right?
have to remember is that this company is the only company that pays out 85% of the dollars that come in. That's the highlight of the whole thing.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
But we'll get you on so you can understand the compensation plan.
Yeah, I want the meat and the potatoes, the whole meal.
Okay?
Yes,
Especially the potatoes.
All right, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Mr. Ovi, thank you very much. We're lucky to have you.
Thank you.
All
Thank
right,
you
so
for
let's keep an eye out, everybody, for that email so you can schedule your consultation. Have a great weekend. God bless.
Will the email go to
Thanks, Ovi.
the chat, or is it gonna go to our actual email?
It's going to go to your email, to whatever email you have on file with Build.
Perfect.
All right, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Bye-bye.
Thanks, everyone.
Coco.